What's up, everybody? Derek here, and today we are in the remodel. As you can see, we got the light on in here because it's kind of dark in here. We started doing a little bit of drywall, but we're going to go over this right here. I plumbed the entire house. This is a 3-bedroom house. We got our kitchen sink going in there. We got a bathroom over here, and we got another bathtub on the back side of this wall. But I plumbed this entire house by myself, because in Texas, you've got a homestead exemption. And in the state of Texas, you don't have to have a GC license. But if you own your own house, you can do all the projects yourself as long as they get inspected. Now, I did have some issues, but I did not technically fail my inspections, but I did pass my inspections. Just a little bit of word of encouragement from inspectors, because a lot of inspectors in the state of Texas really want to help out the homeowner. They want to help them do their projects, but they want them to do them right by the city guidelines and the state guidelines and by all codes, federal codes for construction. So I did all my own plumbing, and as you see, this is the hot water heater. We got water coming in here right now, but look at this crazy trap that I basically made. It works. It's going to keep the water in there, so those sewer gases are not going to be coming up through our cap for the hot water heater. As we are also in here, we've got our HVAC unit, but I've already stubbed in my hot water lines, and they're coming in right here. So we're going to have this basically being like a utility closet, and the bathroom sink is on the back side of this, so you can kind of see how I went up and then went out with my vents. And I oversized my vents as well. Now, the main trunk lines, I've got a trunk line of PEX in this house that I used 3/4 inch. I did use PEX B with the crimp fittings, but the cool thing about all of these is I've got plugs in the ends of these. And what I did was I pressured up the entire house on the hot water side and the cold side right here by tying into the hot water side. So then whenever I need to plug this, get the hot water side going, all I gotta do is come in and snip my two sides to basically plug it in for the entire house. But I've got my horizontal going on this house, so we've got our drain lines coming off, so we've got all of it coming in, and down in there is where all the pretty stuff happens. Down in there we got our P-trap down there for the bathtub. It's hard to see. Let's see if I can get a little light on it. But as you see, it ties in. I got 1.5 inch, and I decided to upsize all of my vent piping to 2 inch. So 2 inch, except for one run on the bathroom, or the kitchen sink that's over there, because of the walls being 3.5 inches. I want a little bit more wall, so I went with the 1.5 inch on the vent size. But all of the rest is 2 inch, and it is my goodness, was it a mess in this house to plumb all of this stuff up. But we got PEX coming in. There's our sink on the back side. So let's walk around and kind of look at what we've got. Now on the kitchen sink, it was pretty easy. I'll be including a lot of pictures in here, but we're stubbed up. We've got our drain pipe coming in. It comes up over here and then curves around. And you see my wall protection plates and it going up the wall all the way out to the vent. So I got the vent coming out the top. Now, this house had cast iron. I hate cast iron, and good thing I took out the cast iron in this house, because I literally, instead of having to cut it, I took a hammer to it and busted it completely out. So it would have rusted all out, and I would have had to gone under the house. And this is an old addition. Now, you can't tell, but there's an old garage header that goes right there. So this was an addition before when I bought the house. I didn't know that. They added this part on. And the cast iron actually runs under the garage slab, which is under this floor. This is a floating 2x6 floor. But what I had to do is I made a trunk line. We'll go down there and we'll look at it. But it goes down completely under the house, goes straight down under here, and then runs out right here. And I had to use a hammer drill to cut out all of the slab, and it was a 6-inch slab with like 1/2 inch rebar, like overkill, but I had to go through that and then through the foundation to tie in on the outside to our 4-inch main line trunk that goes to the sewer line tie-in. And luckily when I bought this house, they did a tie-in with a new 4-inch line going all the way out with cleanouts. So they just basically put in a boot to that cast iron, so 3-inch to 4-inch on the outside of this wall. So I just had to kind of dig it down, but there's another wall, foundation wall, under this 2x4 bottom plate, and I actually had to cut a hole out right here in the side of it. And our main 3-inch drain line runs directly down this and then straight out. Now our PEX lines, I brought them in. Over here by this front window is where the water line came in. So it came in right there. I ran the rest of that in 3/4 inch PVC all the way down and across, and then tied in over under all of this. And basically started running. I've got 1/2 inch PEX running for the main lines. So my main trunk lines, which are the feeds for the bathrooms, not the water heater, but most of the stuff that is going, like our hot water heater, our washing machine here is going to be running 1/2 inch PEX. We're running 1/2 inch PEX for the drain, for the lines on the bathtubs. And then I ran off of that over to here, but I ran 3/4 inch all the way over to here. So for every room and everywhere there has 1/2 inch PEX, it's small little runs of 1/2 inch PEX to where it comes in. Now, here's our bathroom. So I plumbed it all up. We've got it all to code. So we've got, I believe, what is it? The 12 inches or whatever it is. Oh, goodness. That wasn't cool. But we've got our 12 inches in between there. We've got all of our shower valves in, and all of this is pressured up. And these are pretty cool little things. Watch this. They got that O-ring on there, and this shows that we are pressured up right there. Start spraying out. We're pressured up, so I pressure tested everything and made sure we didn't have any leaks throughout the house with that. And then I stubbed up. I used all the proper ties for tying it in so it's not flopping all around, and these are all pressured up. And then our vents, and made sure, because I've got my wall protection plates. Look at that little bit of termite damage right there, but this isn't a load-bearing wall. But, yeah, we've got strike plates right there. And I made sure and put in some expanding foam in those to prevent the draft and everything, because they wouldn't pass it if I didn't have it like that. And I did mess up in here, and I put my 2x4 centered off this thing, not thinking on my layout. So I had to move everything, customize it, you know, do my spacers and everything. As you can see, I was kind of a little afraid of what they might say, but they looked at it and they said, oh yeah, that's good. Because I basically notched a lot of these boards into place. So this thing is in there and it is tight, because this is going to be a tile. It's going to have tile on it, so it's going to have a backsplash, not a vinyl backsplash or anything for this upper tub section basically. But tied it in all correctly. And then in here in the bathroom, I've got the same things. These are duplicate bathtubs, so they are basically duplicates. The bathrooms are duplicates of each other. And so I tied these all in, got my shower valves installed, got my drain. Look at this drain. That was some working, and I ran it straight up and out. Look at all that expanding foam. That's where the cast iron was going out previously to go out the roof, and I just put in this 2x6 to cover it up, because that's where the hole was for it. But that's really it. And for this one, I have a joist that came in right here, so I had to notch just a little, barely any off that joist. But they make these cool little 45 toilet flanges so I can miss the joist. I thought that was awesome. I never seen those before, but usually every time I've been messing with plumbing, it's already been installed. So for me to be able to do my own job was pretty cool. All right, as you can see, there's our toilet right there, and it runs all the way over to here, and there's our drain line, our main trunk line, and it curves right underneath here. We'll crawl down there and look at it, but as you see, my vent and the drain for the bathroom sink is right there, so I widened it and came straight over and then straight down that 3-inch. Okay, there it is. There's our drain line, goes way over there. And as you see, I ran all these lines. There it goes over to the bathroom. So we ran our 1/2-inch lines, then our 3/4, and all of that mess over there, it's everything tying in together. And as you can see right in there, that's where I've got the 3/4 and the 1/2-inch kind of all tying together, and then that 3/4 jumping straight up to that hot water heater. And this 3-inch line runs all the way out and outside. This is really all you've got to do if you make a trunk line system. As you see, it ties in right there and goes straight over. Yep. And that's our shower bathtub right there with our P-trap over there. It looks like a mess. It definitely does. But it works, and it's functional, and it's pressured up, and it's not leaking. That's all that I'm worried about. And it's hard to see where that line is main coming in, but it's coming over our main foundation wall. It runs down the center of the house right out in there, so that's why it's tying in right there. I've got a PVC fitting on that going to a crimp fitting. So let's go outside and look at where the main tie-in is. All right, here's where our 4-inch is at right here with the clean out, and it runs right over there. I've got another one out there by the street. I don't know why they put in 2 clean outs, if that's by code or whatnot, but there is one right here, and it did it crazy, 45, and then came over here. And this is where we're coming out, and I concreted that all back in, and I had to kind of round this out of the foundation and come right through and tie it all in and work it down in there. The original comes out right in here and then came over, and it had the boot right there. So man, that was a lot of digging to get that out and work it in, and now we have a fully functional plumbing system. Well guys, I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit of what I did in this house to plumb it all by myself with PEX fittings, and I used a Ryobi 18 volt to crimp all my fittings. I love that thing. But to have all of this ready to go, it installed so quick, so it's like putting together just a little puzzle. Now the vent pipes can be quite tricky, getting your measurements right, getting your angles, getting your distances and all that, but as long as you got a tape measure and a Sharpie and you know how to use it and use, you know, put things together to build something kind of like a Lego set, that's basically all it is. And for Texas to let homeowners do their own projects is awesome. Highly recommend that. So if you ever want to remodel your own house and put some equity into a house, that's one way to do it. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if you liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one.